Vamos a ello. No se supone. Uy, el este. Vamos a ver qué hay en los cofres.
Yes? Are you in need of aid? I so prefer this life than the one outside. Too much darkness. Too much hate. Goodbye.
I'm at your command. Just don't ask me to do anything I don't feel like doing. Bye-bye. Hello there. Business is booming. So long. What can I interest you with today, my liege? So long!
Aquí no es. Javi. Vamos a ver.
We feel the glare of a silver raptor, a furrowed brow, eyes that pierce the veil. we see the scowling, engraved face of a beautiful, elegant terminus.
By the gods, it was horrible. He killed them all, and nothing could stop it. It was Dren, that freak who guards the House of Pride. He told us he's just one Fae, and not even a Tuatha, but nothing hurt him, and he slaughtered us all. The worst thing was, he seemed sorry to kill. We'd heard the legends of Dren the Bloody, unbeatable defender of the House of... We were going to be the ones who beat him, and opened the path to Alabastra for the army. Then Dren told us to turn around or we'd die. And gods help us, we didn't turn around. You can turn around and run.
Sí, bueno, voy a tener por narices que acercarme aquí. Me da igual el tren, o me da igual tal. Tengo que acercarme porque hay una chisma para inspeccionar.
At last, you come, and we can recover the key. I knew the Tuatha had taken hold of Cluricon, but I never thought it would be like this. When I last walked here, it was a solemn place, but beautiful. Kind fair, but we cannot dwell on what has transpired. To reach the key to the sorrows, we must first seek 3 votives in addition to this one. We must go. The votives were originally born. Goodbye. Time is fleeting, mortal. Goodbye. So you have gathered all the votives. Then we may continue when we reach them. Then I will tell you more. They are deeper in the dungeon. Press forward. Goodbye. The way is clear. Come, let us press. Before we can reach the key, we must bypass goodbye. So you have got when we reach them. Goodbye.
No está mal. Con lo que llevo yo puesto.
Here, we have reached the Crying Eyes. When this hollow was first shaped, those statues did not weep. But now they weep for all eternity. They alone guard the way to the key. You must approach them, mortal. They will show you the way forward. Approach the crying goodbye. Time is fleeting, mortal. Goodbye.
Hija.
You have come. You have come. You have come. You have come. Time is fleeting, mortal. Goodbye. Time is fleeting, mortal. It is so close, mortal. We must only go bid goodbye.
No entendía muy bien de qué va esa especie de puzzle. A veces no lo quiero llamar. Pero vale. Caso es que lo he hecho. Aunque no tenga ningún sentido de cómo.
That is the key to the sorrows, mortal. It is perhaps not the sort you are used to, but that is certainly it. It is a branch of the ancient and wizened tree whose roots touch this world and Ashara, the plane of magic to which all Fae belong. It is a branch of the gallows tree. The sorrows take the form of the gallows tree in both realms, and this branch creates the bridge between them. Come, let us ferry it to Bizarre. Farewell.
Que Visarain yo creo que es de los malos. Mala sensación. Que es el gente ese del que habla todo el rato que nadie sabe dónde está o ha visto. Yo creo que es él. No, no guardar aquí. Voy a hacer como aquí, pues tengo que coger el chisme ese. Ay, vale, mío, y ahora no lo tengo. Interesante. Bueno, voy a coger esto.
Turn back or die. That's what all invaders say.
And he was not alone. Like the weave unraveling, the Tuatha now tainted the purity of Mathon's court. These new immortals, the Tuatha Deol, were no longer the solemn Fae of the East. Their essence is twisted into a ravenous host, unsettled, unnatured.
Porque me lo he cargado. Me voy a cargar porque me lo he cargado.
Turn back or die. I know your intentions are to free my people from the Tuatha, but I have sworn an oath to defend my house and hope if only things could be different. You have 5... Turn back or die. You have 5...
And he was not alone. Like the weave unraveling, the Tuatha now tainted the purity of Mathon's court. These new immortals, the Tuatha Deol, were no longer the solemn Fae of the East. Their essence is twisted into a ravenous host, unsettled, unnatured. From the nothing of winter came Godflow's malice.
Sí, bueno, cuando le das podría cargar, pues ha hecho. Y fácilmente, aunque él también me puede matar. Visto lo visto, otro ataque de esos y me ventilaba. Pero yo de los ataques también le ventilo. Entonces, bueno.
What? The gallows tree. But there is. some small. I know he fights for the sake of the Weeping King. Farewell. It was good that the key was recovered, mortal. Bizarane has need of the key more. Goodbye.
Stories of your coming's hastiness. Bizarane has learned all he needs to employ it, to reach the sorrows before the Tuatha.
Very well.
Speak. You have the key to the sorrows. That was well done. Indeed, everything. My reliance on you to this point was never my initial plan. I only needed Kadarok dead at the hands of... But when I learned how willing you were to hound the Tuatha, I saw you would rise to every occasion. You became my faithful How could Saturnin have eluded the minds of so many for these long years? Simple. He was while all eyes watched for Saturnin, another was free to wage his war. When you killed the Baelor, I saw an opportunity to end the house and the mortal army simultaneously. You became my road to a perfect victory. You mean, why not announce my intent in a more... I had to have the sorrows, but they were lost. It took years before I even learned of the eldest. To reach the eldest, I needed this house to die. To do that, I needed a rebellion. Your ignorance of Fey culture, meaning your intonation, but there is more. Who better to be the blade that I used to kill the Alfar? Who better to true? I do not share the face of my brethren. As I explained to Gadflow, it was a necessary part of the plan. I have not worn this mask without sacrifice. Too long have I gone without feeling the warmth of Prismeer or the love of my god. But soon, soon this will end, and I can take my rightful place again. You seriously think your words might stir me to forsake a plan that there is nothing to be offered? But take heart. You will die long before the...
No, they're gonna kill the eldest. You survived. For better or worse, I know not. The house is in ruins. He must be denied. For up in the midden, the barrier between this I did not always know. When you went to Amalur, I meditated beneath the gallows. It makes sense now. Why I could practice delving when albeit fate or chance. We must take advantage. Bizarane, we must hurry. You have a strong force of will, stronger than I felt possible. I have never heard tell of a mortal that could stand in a Shara, but we are here. I can recall now, vaguely. I walked. Bizarane will be there, but he has prepared himself. This barrier keeps us from him, and there are other magics at work. When Fae are born, their life force comes. The tree in the center of this. The midden is the cradle of winter. Yes, we can. But Bizarane is no fool. He will. The barrier is strong. We must hurry. We must be quick.
We meet again, mortal. Can I truly be here? I remember, no swords, but he brought me back to fight you. I cannot
tread here. I have been dead a short time, and already I learned so much since he raised me. Because of you, the house is... We must be quick.
Finally, you have come. I must admit, my master has raised me to protect his labours, and I will oblige him. Perhaps if I take your head here, my master will have faith.
And so you have finally reached me. I have waited, mortal. The longest of any I have waited. And I sought to stop him. I found the plan he had conspired, and I fled the house. And then you came and killed me. And now I am a puppet to his will.
You have slain what vestiges of your past I could conjure. You think your presence here can stay my spells? The last words have been uttered. You are too late to stop me. I cannot. You do not understand Fey, mortal. What I do, there are fires coming to this world. I have only glimpsed a fleeting shadow of them. Only the Tuatha will be able to bear these tribulations. So they must survive this war. Now, you understand.
We must be... We need to act quickly, or this will all be for nothing. I must seal the sorrows within myself. I do not know for sure. I will be... But I cannot be afraid. It must be done. It is a noble sentiment, mortal, but you do not understand. They must be... But please, we must hurry.
Vale. Ah, cara. Y acabo... Está aquí. Vale. O sea, sé que ya he terminado lo de la casa de Fire, sí, efectivamente. Que esto todo es de... del otro lado. Tengo esta. Vale, o sea, bueno. Pues un poco lamentable al final de la Casa de los Lamentos, la verdad.
Stay out of trouble.
Ah, mira, de paso le doy la carne de rata. Ahora ya está.
Mind yourself.
Death to the tyrant. Have a drink. If you can afford it. You'd be lucky to call Adith Scoria. I thought I could smell meat on you. Thanks a lot.
Tinkerer here. Nice to see a bit of foot traffic. I mostly work. Music to my ears. Farewell. Yes?
So it's done. Better you than me, I suppose. With the war.
Thank you.
Hecho. Y ahora puedo ir donde el hermano Till a darle el correo, un mensaje, lo que sea. A caer. Por otro lado, en 2 días supuestamente va a salir el DLC que aumenta el límite de nivel máximo a 50. Ergo, estas misiones que estoy completando es experiencia que estoy perdiendo. Que no consigo más experiencia. Ya estoy en el máximo, me parece. No mirarlo, pero sí, en el máximo. Tengo 341 eternos. O sea,
Careful out there.
misiones. De vuelta a la zona al principio. Bueno, no, porque la zona al principio realmente es la torre de Alistair o Alistair. Pero sí, vamos a decir que sí.
Need something?
No lo sé. Puede que sí. Que hay alguno en el Alejo. Me estás vacilando. Habré metido sin querer. Estaría bien un Alejo portable. Por aquí no hay ninguno. Aquí, a ver que tengo que ir. No más cercana, carne roca. La casa más cercana. Tardará menos en cargar, supongo. Bueno, menos tardaría si fuésemos toda una PlayStation 5. No, no es. Interesante vuelta de agua ahí. Accesorios no, colocar un cocer. Vale. Ahí los tenemos. O sea, lo he dejado ese ahí. Y yo acá enseñando. No, normal. Y afuera, aparte que en el inventario no están colocados. Que si hubiesen estado colocados me habría dado cuenta. Tampoco he ido yo contando. Mira, este es el 1, el 2, el 3, el 4. Ay, mira, el 5 no lo tengo. ¿Dónde estará? Pero, tampoco pasa nada. Y de vuelta.
Welcome to... Did you see the war swan at the inn?
De hecho, ahora soy uno de sus jefes. Venga ya. Tres, 6, 7, 8, 10. 1, 2, 4, 5. Me falta 9. Palito X. Pues tengo un problema. Porque no le tengo. Aunque si me sale eso es que supuestamente le he tenido que conseguir. ¿Habré tirado? ¿Los puedo tirar? ¿Se pueden tirar o vender? ¿La habré vendido como basura? Hostias, que casi te tienes que pasar el juego para los mismos. Pues a basura sí que fue. A ver si tengo bien. Me faltan 9. 9 me faltan. Aquí no lo tengo.
What's needed now? What's needed now?
Hello, stranger.
believe I made it out alive. Farewell.
We've still a... Now, what is it that I can do for you? It's a monster. He'll have... Beware the forest. But you've saved us. Billis and I thank you. Beware the forest. But you've saved us. Billis and I think. Beware the forest.
You have my thanks. Archer knows his way. Archer knows his way around. But the next time that will not soon enough.
Menuda cagada. Ay. O sea, esa misión no la puedo completar.
Turn back or die. You have fought.
No me deja descubrirlo la zona, pero bueno, no pasa nada. La aceptamos como animal de compañía. Aunque me podría cargar, ¿eh?
Good luck with the gnome. Right this way. The shadow.
I hope you're ready for this. I'm just disappointed. I believe our new friend has a disturbing...
Make it quick. This island is a perfection.
Yes. Of course. This is bound to be informative. I'm just disappointed I never had a chance to see the original Well of Souls. I believe our new friend has a disturbing path of living shadow to offer you. By all means, be my guest. This island smells like death. Stay behind me. Whatever that gnome's been up to, it looks like he's made a few enemies. Just as Hughes thought. We have to keep moving. This tower hasn't got long. Move fast. Follow me. Most people think the lads are a children's tale. The Walking Dead? How ridiculous. Shouldn't be hard to find him. Keep moving up and follow the cowardly shrieking. Onwards and upwards, it seems.
The energy from the Well of Souls is overwhelming. Damn it! What's wrong? And why are there so many lads?
Sounds like our rat is caught in a trap. I'm sure he'd be happy to help whoever saves him. Onwards and upwards, it seems. Careful, or we'll get trapped up there too. Here's where we part ways. I'll stop the lads at the stairwell. You get upstairs and retrieve them. I'll hold this staircase. Move!
Con cofre troll. Vale, a ver si habremos que abrirlo. No. Ese es un cofre que no... Ah, mira, mira, sí, buena trampa. Me he adelantado la trampa.
What sort of nonsense is this? If anything had come in here, my detection spells would have... Wait. Who's down there? Show yourself. Damn it all! I don't care who you are. Get up here! This must be the key to stabilizing the well. This is what I get for using all those soldiers.
¿Qué coño está haciendo el niño? Tenía. Tontería porque no se iban a matar de todas formas.
When you get up here, try not to look directly into the well. It can be a little upsetting. Damn it! Hurry! Before the whole well starts to collapse.
Yo no sé qué ha hecho el tío este aquí, pero... La limpieza no tiene el día, eso lo sabía.
Took your time. God damn it! Ever since the Baylor was defeated, the chaos magic sent the well off its alignment. You show up, and now the Laz are... Wait. What? It's you. You're alive. But I saw you die. I'm Ventrini. You were my... But of course, that was before you died. You can't be serious. This is my life's work. Don't you remember what we went? We had more than enough prisoners, but you wanted to track down the power source behind it all, even if it meant sneaking right under Gadflow's nose. I spent days trying to recover your body. Of course you did. You went. I had a better chance of bringing you back from the dead than I had of changing your mind. What? That's impossible. You were attuned at this well. You've never even set foot in his lab. Ha! Hughes is a joke. He doesn't have the stomach for this work. But the well is coming down around us. Quick! And don't... Oh, damn it all. The Laz are here. Pull them off while I try to stop the flow of energy to the well.
Talk with this old fool before I lose my temper. You keep surprising me. He's lost his home, his safety, and his life's work. Get what we need and let's go!
The beacon of corruption is finally wiped from this land. You took quite a tumble from the tower.
The half-dead were swarming around this tower like ants.
Anything we can salvage? Even a piece? All my work. But at least we're still alive. Once again, I triumph over death itself. Going back into Alabastra. Well, I still have a way in, but it's more dangerous now. I'll need more prison air if I'm to rebuild the well. And I suppose I owe you something. Perhaps this talisman can help you. It's a little something that might just help against whatever killed you the first time. We got in with a little help, of course. See, it's all because of Callus Dren, the defender of pride. In his house, no one can stand before him. None can even approach, unless you have my little secret. Patience, patience. I'm going to have to dig it out of the rubble of the tower. Go to the field of Huber, and I'll meet you. And if you value your life, do not approach. I know the type. Lucky youth peeked early, then crawled into a bottle and waited to die. I'm impressed you dragged him away from that bottle, but I wouldn't expect him to do any heavy thinking. You mean your deadly little shadow? I know her type.
all smiles now, but it's just so she can get close enough to stick her knives in you. Arrogant fools, all of them. At least we could sneak past them when they were overconfident. Now that the army's at their gate, they'll be watching for us. After an unfortunate incident with the Templars, Octian decided to move my work someplace a little... We both felt that an island in another land behind the front lines of a war might just be far enough from prying eyes. My name is Ventrinio Dessalini, and I am Professor Emeritus Abscondus of Post-Mortem Studies at the Odessa University. Of course, that was all before I began work on the Well of Souls. Such an important undertaking doesn't leave much time for other pursuits, you know. We needed tremendous quantities of prismere to fuel the well, but it's almost unheard of outside of Alabastra, so we had to sneak in to gather our own. The Well of Souls is a noble project. Yes, sacrifices have been made, and they will continue to die. Don't you see how many have died in this war? Thousands. The bodies are shoulder deep in the battlefields, but for trying to... Octian, the man lacked vision. Can you believe all he wanted was his own personal immortality machine? Such a nerve. Still, he wasn't squeamish about what had to be done in order to develop the well. I suppose he paid well, too, if you consider that any reason. You don't remember it? Well, why dredge up the past? You're not the type to hold a grudge, right? You were my assistant in the well, and a damned good one at that. Octian hired you personally, said you were especially resourceful, and left it at that. I didn't know anything about you before you worked for me, and I knew better than to ask. You didn't like talking about yourself. Actually, you didn't like much of anything. Honestly, you were a terror to be around. But you've changed, I can tell. Before you died, you would never have been this... speaking of which, you left this in your room before you died. Take it, take it. We were in Alabastra, and I never thought it'd be dangerous. Oh, don't give me that look. Accidents happen. You can't make an omelette without leaving a few corpses. Fine. We were collecting prismere in Alabastra. We needed it to power the well, of course, and you got... I tried to stop you. I really did. But you decided to sneak into Amethyst, and I wasn't about to get killed. I spent days trying to get your corpse back, but to no avail. Much as I hate to admit it, I should thank Hughes for succeeding where I failed. Partial successes at best. They remember how to fight, but that's about all they're good for. Name them after an old nursery rhyme. Damn things are always moaning all the time. I thought it might shut them up to give them a name. A horrible, messy, ugly place. Too dark to keep bodies preserved and too hot to keep them from stinking. Oh, to be back in a cave and a tear. He wasn't fit to hold my crucible, much less carry on my work. He could barely even stand to cut open a warm corpse for study. I can't imagine the reason you came back in his well instead of mine. Probably some freak attunement transfer. Gadflow's got an empire built on Prismere. Think of all the power he's sitting on. And he's wasting it on swords and bows. Simple bone soldiers, easy enough for any decent mage to build and animate. They're not really alive any more than a puppet is. Dren, defender of pride. One of twin defenders, quite powerful in their homes. But did you know they were also entirely immune to each other's powers? And it seems the Defender of Valor quite disappeared when her house fell. Imagine how useful she would have been if she were here today. Just go to the Field of Huber and wait for me. I'll meet you down there once I can find this damned essence. Get going, and remember, don't go near Dren until I get there.
I'm sure we can trust him, but I'll keep an eye on him. The House of Pride is a gateway to Alabastra. Until we can find a way through it, Gadflow can send his soldiers through. I'll stay here and keep an eye on Ventrinio. We'll meet you at the field of Huber, to the south. You got into Alabastra once. You can do it again.
A sickness grows in the heart of each Tuatha. The Tuatha taint my house and twist our
Mira, todos ellos dicen que son tal, pero tengo que tomar al mismo tiempo.
So, it's off to face Tren, is it? Legend says it was where the first alliance between enemies was formed. And we Fae do so love to repeat legends, don't? Isn't that why you found that gnome? I certainly don't intend to bury Dren.
Vale, a ver.
What does one do in the face of certain death? So, it's off to face. What does one do in the face of certain death?
There's got to be a way through here. I won't lie. Aylin's been a big help.
She saved me once or twice at Nelson's ship. Still can't shake the feeling that she's hiding something. But what probably? The House of Pride practically drips with curses and enchantments. But the most powerful one is Dren himself. Poseidon's a snake, but he's still on our side. Of course, she called off the wedding and just mooned over Sidon after all that. He has that effect. Any luck finding Ventrinio and his big secret? Aelin and Ventrinio together? I wouldn't turn my back on either of them, but speaking of trouble, this can't end here.
Sometimes one soldier can do what an entire army... Whatever you're planning, now is the time. Why not ask Ventrinio? He's the one who got you past Dren. You got in... Whatever you're planning, you got into Alabastro.
You haven't tried approaching, have you? No, of course, this took a little longer to find than I had hoped, but it should be exactly what you need. Dren had a twin in the Summer Court, Dith the Defender of Valor. They were both entirely immune to each other's power. She faded when the House of Valor fell, but my early experiments with the Well of Souls provided a quite... You see, when trying to draw life energy from the ether, with this, you will be immune to Dren's power. It's not as powerful as it used to be, and it's specific to Dren. But it'll let you face him and live. Now, be fair. They don't have souls as mortals do, and I only got a little of it anyway. Just enough for a certain degree of immunity to Dren. It only works for one person. But the trouble is, he'll be immune to your power as well. But I'm sure you can think of something. With the essence of valor, you can withstand Dren's attacks. Stop. You haven't tried going in there, have you? No, of course you haven't. This took a little longer to find than I had hoped. But it should be exactly what you need. Yes, but you see, with this, you will be No, the trouble is, he'll be immune to... Now, go show that defender what a little magic...
I don't know what your plan.
Turn back or die. Then you shall die like I made an oath to protect my house and my homeland. No power short of death can keep me from fulfilling my... I know your intentions are to free my people from the Tuatha. You seem an honorable, but I have sworn an oath to defend my house. If only things could be different. If only the Tuatha... Enough. We could fight each other until the mountains wear away, but that will aid nothing. My sister and I were chosen to protect our kind. So long as our houses stood, the Fae would never pass from this world. I in pride, and she in valor. We never imagined that our houses could crumble beneath our feet. Mortals led to the collapse of my sister's house, but with Gadflo's help, they shall not have mine. He may take pride with his Prismere and his seen god, but it will keep us eternal. Before I knew the truth of Tuatha, I swore to keep my homeland safe from invasion. I could never have known what my people would become. Fae never change, and pride's honor never yields. I cannot yield, but if your true intent is to stop Gadflo, then perhaps there is a way my house and my honor could remain pure. If you would promise to spare the House of Pride, then we could put aside our powers and have an honest battle. Win, and your army may pass. If this is the only way to secure a chance for my house's untainted survival, then so be it. If you should win, then destroy the Tuatha in my house and the hateful witch knight Myrna. Then we can be truly free.
Y voy sin querer dar al cuadrado y le mato. O sea, es que... Después de haber llegado a un término amistoso...
Turn back or die. Then you shall die. I made an oath to protect my house and my homeland. I know your intentions, but I have only... We could fight each other until the mountains wear away, but that will aid nothing. My sister and I were chosen to he may take pride with his Prismere, and before I could never have known what my people would. I cannot. If you would promise to spare the house of, if this is the only way to, if.
¿Qué me ha pasado a mí? Por eso no se lo he antes. El cuadrado es el chisme para pasar la conversación, que también es el de atacar con arco, pues es lo que pasa.
Leave now.
You did it! You actually... Guess I owe Ventrilio a drink. A promise is a promise, and the Witch Knights of Pride would be powerful allies to have on our side. I'll send a few soldiers along to help. Meanwhile, I'll get the other... The gate to Alabastro still... Get that...
¿Qué me estás contando? Yo guardo antes del primer combate, por eso tiene que darme la conversación en la que le tengo que decir lo otro. ¿Qué ha pasado aquí?
Leave now. My oath stands. Enough. We could fight each other until the mountains wear away, but that will aid nothing. My sister, he may take pride with his Prismere. Before I could never have known what my people... I cannot... If you would promise to spare the house... I expected treachery from any friend of Sidon the outcast, and I shall have no lies with... Leave now.
Voy.
Enough. We could fight each other until the mountains wear away, but that will aid nothing. My sister, he may take pride with it. If I could never have known what my... I cannot... If you would promise to spare the... If this is the only way to secure... If you should win...
Bueno, o sea que sí o sí le tengo que poner.
You did it! Guess I owe Ventrinio a drink. A promise. I'll send a few soldiers. The gate to Alabastros still closed. Get that gate open. And the army will be ready.
Go on, go on. Haven't I already done enough? Liberate that Fey house.
Whatever you're planning, now is the time. The House of Pride may be insufferable, but their magical powers are well known. You got into Alabastro once. You can do it again.
Don't let me stop you. Dad's army still holds the House of Pride. Burn away the Tuat. What does one do in the face?
Sometimes one soldier.
How can one Fey be this much trouble?
With you here, we can't lose. Let's go. How can there be so many? How can there be so many?
you would be so kind as to have a word with us. I have been chosen by the remaining members of our house to speak for us. We were most honored by your intention to free us. We are in seclusion, so it's best to observe this situation without any... I assure you, we will be more than happy to assist you in Alabastra. Simply carry forth and destroy Witch Knight Myrna, who has so commandeered our house. We are sure you'll have no problem finding her. We eagerly anticipate your success.
Well done, child of dust. You've killed the immortal defender and liberated a house full of air. I shall thank you for exposing the disloyal amongst my kin. But then, I have so much to thank you for. Your bravado is nothing more than the mewling of an angry kitten. Each the goddess of mercy awakens. And with every step you take into my... So welcome to Alabastra.
Don't.
How can there be so many?
We have seen our champion bested, our advantage lost. Our minds are... House of Pride in our ineffable wisdom renounces the Tuatha and demands that you accept our immediate surrender. Your army is welcome here. We thank you kindly, and our mages have already been assisting your army in their march into Alabastra. Most excellent. Allow us to welcome you to Alabastra. We trust your visit will be eventful. They all feel that the world, as the Fae are above more, Poseidon is a Fae of... Conversely, poor... The Tuatha bred in our... To us falls the... But he said he...
Woof, 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 woof. 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 Woof.
Que no tiene agua. No. Esa no se da tiro. No lo sacas tiro. No vas a sacar ninguna. ¿Qué son plateadas?
No.
Adai, no la saques.
Tito, fuera de ahí.
¿Qué te he dicho? Tengo que cortar la vela. Adai, que vengas para aquí. Quiero ver esto. Que vengas para acá. Quiero ver esto. ¿Qué dices?
No te ha visto, pero te ha oído. Ay, qué bueno.
No sube aquí. Mamá, ¿vas a duchar o no?
Hoy sí duchas.
¿Qué está hablando mamá? ¿Qué está hablando mamá? No, yo tengo que ir a la calle.
The House of Pride opened its gates and welcomed us as honorary champions. They say it's simple hospitality, but I suspect we have you to thank. Now is the difficult part. We can hold Cluricon, even push a little into Alabastra, but we don't have the forces to mount a siege on Gadflow. Once the House of Pride gives their word, they'll never break it. Our real problem is that we can't march the army through Alabastra. Not in formation, at least. This will call for smaller groups. Alabastra is a maze of valleys. Gadflow's remaining faithful would spot an army moving together, but where an army would fail, the 5 of us can triumph. If we split up, we will at the House of Vengeance, on Gadflow's doorstep. From there, we strike. I'm sure you know more about it than I do. After all, you were here last. That's where we'll find Gadflow, and where we'll put an end to this whole war. I hope you're ready, more than you'd think. But I promise I'll explain it all to you. Maybe once Gadflow's dead. I'll see you in Alabastra.
Hope you've got better luck this time, eh?
We're not going to stop Gadflow by just standing here and chatting. You should have seen Alabastra at its prime. Serene and beautiful as a sky full of stars. Doesn't look like there was much of the House of Pride left to save. And I can't imagine they were happy about a mortal doing... Bale was the seat of the Winter Court. If you're going to get into Bale, lead the way. I'll see you at the House of Vengeance.
I'll find you in Alabastra. When you and I came to Alabastra, we were looking for the source of the Prismere's power. I never found it, but I think you did. A frosted gem at the... I've put together a few facts about your death, and I think I know something grave. But not here. Gone, gutted, and good riddance to them. I will teach them to stand on the wrong side. I'll give them the slip and talk with you a little bit.
Next, we move on to Alabastra. My homeland will not suffer this indignity. Dren is the defender of the House of Pride. He may help the Tuatha, but he doesn't serve them. Bannister Island is sheltered from visitors by stone and storm. Exiles of the Winter Court were once... We know of a secret shadowed path, a legacy from a house all too familiar with exile. Bale, the icy heart of my people, with bridges of woven stone and ice. It sickens me to think of what Gadflow's people have done to it. Before Gadflow's rise, he was a battered whelp of a fae. Now, his suffering has only added to his power. And here he keeps a stable of trolls. But I can't be sure if they're his pets or his lovers. House of Pride, our shining beacon. Now its light is dim and faltering, but it still stands against the darkness, as it always has. Death, pain, blood.
Welcome to Alabastra here. How are you? I'm no proper nature guide, but you see that...
Praise Lyria. I thought... Welcome to Camp Moondown. Are you with Captain Ancilla's company? He took now that it belongs to the Outgo. I'm no warrior. I'll spare you the... Ancilla was ordered to bring his men, and Elisaf is one. We still, any help is something. Most of us left behind. Each Tuatha attack is bigger, more brutal than the last. We need fresh... Thank you.
Mhm. Mhm.
Hello, Mort. You have impeccable timing. There are greater things at stake. I hear she has little experience. But I have better things to do than they're everywhere. Big red face. The Bolgan masters use them as foot soldiers when they can. They compelled the Bolgan to fight. It shouldn't be too difficult for the hero of Melsenshir. Well, get to work then, hero. The Bolgan masters can... It's a lovely goodbye.
Hello, that should give you a taste of what we've been up against. Tuatha see this camp as sacred. Thank you for your help. The tales of your they're camped on the land bridge to the south, but they're not going anywhere. If you rescue raiders seized him to somewhere in the depths of glass. Once the Ariad surged ahead, moon goodbye.
Hey, don't have much for supply. She not Captain Cat. I'm skilled with them, but I made the mistake of... Changing things once, but what?
With horrors, screams, and ghostly face, we leave blood in a graven place. The forest black and nighttime sky, the blood that pours forth from your eye. A feast for maggots, craven all, that eat the dying when they fall. Instead of vibrant fighting flesh, that fights the barghest and the thresh, that knows the plight of Seelie Fae, you, who walked the Niralim's way, and reckon fates of mortal dust, and keep an oath or break a trust. We hunger for your corpse once more, to hear your cries and anguished roar.
We don't fight for free. They're a bogan about, like Tuatha weren't bad enough. We don't fight for free. It isn't right.
No hay pizza. Madre mía, vamos a hacer bastante otra vez. Vas a formar el flat y el central. Mira, gente, el central han puesto. Han decorado el central muy guapo. Y enfrente esa que es como de cristalería algo también. Guapísimo. ¿Qué quiero yo? En el central me he puesto una moto. Digo, ahora que esa moto no es para subirse, que es de adorno. Madre mía, y luego una cantidad de gente. Pero claro, me he pasado por donde pequeñeces, porque han puesto un dragón de cachivache. Me he pasado. Lo que no sé si es gratuito o no gratuito. Luego en la llama, en la plaza mayor están poniendo unos renos. Como que debe ser un chiquito así pequeñito. Vamos a ver, Tadio. A ver que no se puede montar. Que le están montando, le están armando, que no funciona.
No, ya sabes que la igual no entiende. No está lloviendo ahora, ¿no?
No, pero se está mojando la baja.
No. Ahora guardo el equipo. ¿Qué? ¿Esto de Telepisa dices?
Pues que no traía usted, porque venía aquí urgencias. Que estaba trabajando. Venía a las urgencias, pero salió todo por aquí, por aquí. Dice que me den las piernas, como un sarpulillo rojo. Que la pique no se queda.
Sí, eso ya lo he visto yo por ahí. Me pasa mucha gente. Se reacciona adversa a algún tóxico. No, por aquí. A ver, pesa ahí, pero no creo que le guste.